Hi, I'm Jeff Chisholm.
And I'm Scott Walcott.
We're here with Hook for Life in the Kiwanis Walleye World Fishing Derby. We're going to talk to you today about Navionics charts and the importance of mapping when we're fishing.
Knowing where you're fishing really is just about as important as knowing where you're driving. You don't get in your car and just randomly, aimlessly drive around. You have an idea and you know how to get there, the shortest route to get there, you know all the details about where you're going.
These Bay of Quinte walleye are migrating fish. They're migrating from their spawning grounds back toward Lake Ontario, the mature fish that is. Knowing that highway and the routes that they travel is critical, and having a road map and knowing the various channels and the shoals and the structure gives you those places to know where to target.
The resident fish that we're going to be really targeting on opener, although this year there should be a lot of those breeders around because we've had such a late spring, but they're very, very structure oriented. Knowing the minute details of the bottom, knowing where the humps are, where the break lines are. We've talked many times about trolling break lines, trolling weed lines, and a lot of people will say, well, how do you know where that is? Or it's a new lake, what do I do? Well, having the Navionics maps or the chips on your boat will really make a big difference. Putting these chips into your chart plotter will give you all the detail you need. Buoys, channels, breaks, drop lines, rocks, shoals, all that information are on these little chips.
It used to be when we were fishing, once we caught a fish, we would sort of triangulate ourselves, look at that tree and that house and try to position where you are out there on the water and try to replicate that. Now with GPS, you can hit a waypoint, know exactly where you are, and then try to figure out that sort of break line and that structure that those fish are working. And then using the charts, you can follow break lines accurately and spend more time efficiently covering the water in the pattern of the depth of water that you're catching fish at, and be a lot more successful that way.
We have with us today something that's really exciting and is great for all of us. These are the new Navionics Plus and the Navionics Updates chips. What this gives us the ability to do, you can see here, here's my little chip box that I have on my boat. And I have all these chips. They cover different bodies of water, they cover different areas. We used to have to, before, buy a chip for the area if we're going to fish the Eastern Great Lakes or the Great Lakes, but as soon as you move into the St. Lawrence Seaway, you need a different chip and you're popping it out. What this gives us the ability to do, this is really neat. You basically see a map of North America, you highlight the area of the charts you want, and you download the charts for that area. This Navionics Plus chip gives you the ability to do that. What you're going to buy is this chip. It's a 2 gig card. It comes with a 1-year subscription. So for 1 year, you can add and delete or add and take off all the maps you want for North America.
So you've downloaded your maps to your chip, but then you decide to take a trip somewhere and you want to acquire the charts for that location. Say you want to go down to Lake Okeechobee and fish bass. Well, you could log back into your Navionics web store, put your chip back in, and select Lake Okeechobee, put that on your map just for that trip, and when you come home, take it off again if you wish. You can make any changes to the data on your chip anytime within that 1-year period without having to purchase any additional maps. The other neat thing is the freshest data aspect. So as you're out there trolling around or covering water, anglers can record their sonar data, upload that to the Navionics website, and then the next day put your chip back in the computer and download a more detailed map based on the data that you've created.
What Jeff just said is really exciting for most of us in this area. There's a lot of little back lakes that aren't covered under the Canadian Hydrographic Services, which is where Navionics gets most of its map data. And those little back lakes, until now, we had no way of getting that data.
Well, that brings us to our final Kiwanis Walleye World Tip webisode. We've really enjoyed doing these, and we look forward to bringing you some more Hook for Life webisodes throughout the summer.
Now that we have absolutely no chance of winning the Derby, we're going to head out there this Friday. It's going to be really cool. We're very excited about it. Hopefully we see you out there. There is still time to buy your ticket if you haven't got it yet. Make sure you do it by Friday. Hopefully we see you out on their water, and
let's have some fun.
That's it. Good luck.
Fish. Good luck.